Welcome everybody to the National Heritage Week Awards. I'm delighted to have the pleasure of your company for the next hour, during which we will celebrate and acknowledge the exceptional work that you do in your community. Now, this year we've taken a hybrid approach to these awards. Most of you will be joining us online, but I'm also pleased to welcome some of the speakers and a small number of shortlisted awardees in person here today. Now, COVID has continued to change the way we do things, but by all accounts, Heritage Week has remained resilient. Over 1,000 activities and projects were executed during Heritage Week this year, and it was my pleasure to see some of these in action in my work with Nationwide. During today's awards ceremony, we'll be showing some short clips of all the shortlisted projects for the awards. But to tee us all up now, I'm pleased to welcome the CEO of the Heritage Council, Virginia Tehan, to formally kick off proceedings. Welcome, Virginia.
Thank you, Anne. And good afternoon, everybody. You're very welcome to the 2021 National Heritage Week Awards ceremony. Today, I'm pleased to be talking to you from Croke Park, where we have a small but very welcome audience. I would especially like to welcome Minister Malcolm Noonan, Minister for State at the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage, who kindly agreed to attend today's special ceremony. I would also like to take the opportunity to extend a special welcome to Dr. Martina Maloney, Chairperson Designate of the Heritage Council. This is Martina's first public event, and I am very much looking forward to working with her in her new role. For National Heritage Week 2021, the Heritage Council invited individuals, communities and organisations to develop projects in a planned way over several weeks. Project organisers were invited to develop something new or revisit or build upon a heritage project they had already worked on. Formats varied from online talks or exhibitions to videos, podcasts, PowerPoint presentations or blogs. A dedicated website or social media account was another means of presenting heritage, as were the very welcome in-person events. And it was all a huge success. This year, as Anne has said, we had over 1,000 projects, which were coordinated by the project organisers, and this represents a 23.5% increase on last year's participation. Today is about recognising the individuals and communities right around the country who preserve, protect and celebrate our heritage. So thank you and welcome. COVID-19 has given us time to reflect on the important role which heritage plays in all our lives. We know the benefits of heritage to our health, our sense of place and belonging, and helping us to celebrate and share our identity and shared identities with all our communities. Without you, none of this would have been possible. And at the Heritage Council, we are really grateful for your participation. By hosting these awards, the Heritage Council is recognising the value of citizens and community in heritage protection, a value that cannot be expressed in monetary terms, but which has an important impact beyond Heritage Week itself. At the Heritage Council, we wish to support you, encourage you, acknowledge you and celebrate you. And before leaving today, I would like to extend my thanks to a few people. Firstly, our partners, Fáilte Ireland, the Irish Landmark Trust, Local Authority Waters Programme, the Office of Public Works, RTE Supporting the Arts, the Irish Times and the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage. I would also like to thank our award sponsors, the Local Authority Waters Programme and the Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth. At county level, National Heritage Week is coordinated and supported by local authority heritage officers, their colleagues and numerous local heritage groups and organisations. I wish to thank the heritage officers for their continued support in the delivery of National Heritage Week and for their work in so many other heritage activities. Minister O'Gorman, Minister for Children, Equality, Disability and Integration, and his departmental colleagues are new partners this year. I would like to thank the Minister for his participation in this event. Cassin has agreed again to host today's event. I'd personally like to thank Anne for her support for heritage and the work that she and her colleagues in Nationwide do throughout the year in showcasing our wonderful heritage. A special thanks to Anne. National Heritage Week does not happen by accident. It requires huge coordination, planning, and at times a bit of crisis management. I must acknowledge the professionalism of the team at DHR under the leadership of Catherine Heaney for their management of the week. And I also want to say a special thank you to my colleagues at the Heritage Council, Martina Maloney, who's carried a lot on very slim shoulders, and also to former colleagues Dr. Helene O'Keefe and Mark O'Regan. Finally, I would like to welcome and thank Minister Noonan. Since his appointment as Minister for Heritage in June 2020, the Minister has lived up to his word to support heritage protection and access, and also to give encouragement to all of us in the sector. At the Heritage Council, we are especially grateful to the Minister for his continued support for our work. In 2021, our budget increased by 45%, and the indications for this year show another increase by 21%. Our staffing structure has been strengthened by 50%. This much-needed enhancement serves to support the Council in delivering its objectives for the Irish citizen and for Irish communities. Again, I wish to thank the Minister and invite him to speak to us here today.
Gurmagut, Virginia. Ardús Bawatlam buíochas go leis an córa idracha leis an cura chun na gradam seo. Firstly, I wish to extend my thanks to the Heritage Council for inviting me to open these awards. I'm delighted to be involved in such a worthwhile event, and I look forward to extend my congratulations to not only the winners, but to all participants. The standard of each project is incredible, and I have no doubt that the judges had a very difficult time in selecting a winner. As was the case in 2020, COVID restrictions meant that projects submitted in 2021 would be those that could be shared online. Once again, entrants faced the challenge with great enthusiasm and creativity, producing over 1,000 interesting and innovative projects and ensuring that Ireland's heritage could be celebrated and promoted in a fitting manner. This year, National Heritage Week organisers were encouraged to consider how they would connect with heritage newcomers, those who have not engaged with National Heritage Week before, or groups and individuals who may not traditionally feel included in local heritage. This team of newcomers saw Heritage Week reach a whole new audience. Entrants explored personal and local histories, giving them a chance to unearth new and interesting facts, and instilled a newfound passion for heritage in them. Hopefully this passion will encourage them to promote and share both our national and local history, thus bringing the importance of heritage to an even wider audience. It will also advance our shared mission of making heritage as inclusive as possible and celebrating all types of heritage in Ireland, which I know the Heritage Council have been instrumental in driving through measures such as the appointment of a cultural and inclusive heritage officer. Finally, in regard to the theme of raising awareness of the importance of heritage and promoting its value, I was delighted to secure additional funding for heritage in Budget 2022 recently. Next year, heritage will receive $133.5 million in funding, representing a 36% increase on last year. Of that, the Heritage Council will receive $12 million, which represents a 26.5% increase on this year and almost double what it received in 2020. This, I'm sure, is very welcome news to everyone here, and it is my hope that this funding can be used to continue to strengthen and develop the wonderful work being driven by bodies such as the Heritage Council, and to help promote projects such as those on show today. Gurmagat.
Thank you, Minister, and thanks also to Virginia. Now it's time to turn our attention to the awards, the exciting part of the day. We will start with the nominees under Heritage Newcomer. The Heritage Newcomer Award is awarded to the individual or group who has not previously participated in National Heritage Week and who has demonstrated considerable interest and innovation in their first encounter with the week. And now we're going to watch a video of the projects shortlisted in this category. And the winner is Columkill 1500 Kells Illuminations by Columkill 1500 Kells from County Meath. And representing the winning group, we're joined now by Miriam Manning. Congratulations, Miriam. You must be delighted.
Yes, we are delighted.
Now, your project really embraced contemporary methods in furthering it and bringing it to light. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Well, to tell the story of Columkill, we used original artwork reflecting the art of illumination perfected in the Book of Kells. And this was presented as 6 images in vibrant colour that were projected onto historic sites and buildings in the Kells streetscape. The innovation of projected imagery created a very strong visual impact and brought heritage and a contemporary art style together. So we found it very effective to use the images and to share the images on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and to share to a new audience. And this online presence also allowed us to link with other Columkill 1500 groups and events across Ireland and Scotland and spread the message of Kells even further. We provided unique night tours as well, tailored to different audiences, designed to appeal to visitors, interest groups and to families.
Well done and congratulations, and I hope you celebrate all this win later on this evening back in Kells. Thanks very much, Miriam. Well, now we're going to move on to our next award. This is the Heritage Sharing Award, and it's awarded to the project which connected with an individual or a group in the community who traditionally mightn't feel included in local heritage, or indeed a project which explored an aspect of local heritage that is seldom considered or celebrated. And now we're going to watch a video of the projects shortlisted in this category. And the winner is Daughters of Duniskig Historical Walking Tour by the Care Women's History Group from County Tipperary. Joe O'Neill is here to receive the award. Well done, Joe. You're representing the other members in the group. I know you had a walking tour with a difference, but tell me a little bit about the way you approach the idea of heritage sharing and what the benefits were for the group.
Initially, our project came from our book, which covered the history of the women of Care who were forgotten in the shaping of the history of our town. So then when COVID came, we decided to make their history visible. So in order to do that, we brought on board members of the community who had expertise in video production, in mapping, and in media. And so then we had to go to the businesses in the town and ask for permission to put up the plaques secretly at night. And we brought on board the county council, backed us, and the community Gardaí. And then we moved on then to Heritage Week, and we had an intergenerational walk. And we brought on board the ICA and our local choir, Care to Sing. And they all dressed in historical costumes, so this was wonderful. And then we reached beyond Care community because with our virtual map, and today 20,000 views. We've had 20,000 views of our virtual tour and map online. So we feel we've reached beyond Care community to the emigrants.
Well done.
The stories of these women.
Well done. You really have reached the diaspora. Well done to you and to the other members of the group.
Thank you
and
so much.
Enjoy your award. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much.
Now we move on to the Heritage for All Ages Award, which is awarded to a National Heritage Week project, which successfully included participants from different age groups. And now we're going to watch a video of the projects shortlisted in this category. And the winner is a virtual saunter down Ballyshanon's historic mall by the Ballyshannon Regeneration Group from County Donegal. And all the way from County Donegal is Barry Sweeney, who's going to tell us about it. Now, the beauty about your idea, Barry, was that it was intergenerational, where you got the young people to take on the role of the older generation. Wasn't that it?
Indeed, yeah, and I think, you know, it's a very important approach to take, and the young people that were involved in the project really were fantastic. And, you know, thanks to Niamh, to Aoife, to Rosh and to Aideen for the part that they played. They were, you know, at times a little camera shy and also like very enthusiastic at the same time. I think it's really important, and they also brought their own personality to these very, very old pieces of poetry, which is an interesting aspect. And I think it's important also to remember that our heritage is something that we are custodians of, and that we've this responsibility to pass it on and allow the younger generation to enjoy and use it. And I think National Heritage Week, projects like this and National Heritage Week are a good way of doing that in a fun and an interactive way. And, you know, I think Ballyshannon is going to be really delighted with this award. It's Ireland's oldest town. It's oozing with history.
Getting the plug in there.
Yes, we have to do that. And it's just, you know, I suppose I would say it deserves to be on a national stage, a heritage hotspot, you know, and really I'd like to thank the Heritage Council for their work and their ongoing work in Ballyshannon, and to the people in the Regeneration Group who really made this happen, you know, as I'll mention Mary Duggan, and I'll mention Olive Travers and our videographer Ryan Field, who did a huge amount of work, we have a number of people, Anthony Begley, who is also very instrumental in providing the information, and as well as our 4 younger stars, we had an older, a more senior member who would be a film star in the future, perhaps, Michael McGlone. I want to say thanks to Michael as well for playing his part in it. But it's really great to have this, and thank you so much.
Congratulations and well done, Barry. Thank you very much. Now, in a slight departure, the Heritage Council was very pleased to partner on 2 awards this year, and I'm very pleased to welcome a representative from the local authority Waters programme, LawPro, who kindly supported the award for Water Heritage Day, and also from the Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth, who sponsored Wild Child Day. Now, to present the first of these awards, I would like to warmly welcome Alan Walsh, Communications and Marketing Lead for the local authority Waters programme at LawPro. Alan.
Thank you, Anne. The Water Heritage Award is awarded to the project that best celebrates and explores water heritage at a local level, and how a river, lake, canal or coastal area has shaped the heritage of that area, and that heritage was shared with the wider community through the project. And here is a video of those shortlisted for the award. I'm honoured to be here presenting this award today on behalf of the Local Authority Waters Programme, because the Water Heritage Award recognises that local community effort in planning, organising and delivering these projects during National Heritage Week. As an island nation, our history and heritage has been shaped by the sea, and our cities and towns and villages have grown up around rivers and drinking water sources. And the value of this water is woven through countless poems, stories, songs and local traditions. And we have captured many of those stories in a project called Stories from the Waterside, and a subsequent book and website. But this year has been our 5th year collaborating with the Heritage Council and Heritage officers during National Heritage Week. And this year, in fact, the number of projects have grown, with over 70 projects focusing on water heritage alone this year, which is a 30% increase on last year, which really shows that communities and groups are willing to get out and embrace and engage with their local water heritage. And those groups are to be commended for the huge effort involved in organising those projects. During the lockdowns of the last year and a half, people really connected with nature and got out along the rivers and beaches for walks to escape everyday stresses and breathe in fresh air. So we need to protect those areas and do more to recognise their value at a local level. The 3 finalists for this award really encapsulate this idea of communities getting out there, getting to appreciate their local water heritage and spreading that word out into the wider community of the need to preserve them. And we can see how communities working together can make a real impact in their local area, and Water Heritage Day and Heritage Week is the catalyst. So it now gives me great pleasure to present this award on behalf of LawPro to a group and project that encapsulates the idea of our water heritage and highlighting the need to protect it. The project is the River Shore Citizen Science Water Sampling Project by ShoreCan, and here to receive the award today is Alan Moore, a real local champion for the River Shore. So congratulations, Alan.
Thank you.
Alan, you in your project and the rest of the group in the ShoreCam community group really embraced this whole idea of a citizen scientist. So how did that work, and what were the benefits that you derived from that?
Yes, citizen scientists were vital to this project, and for two reasons. And I can genuinely say that this project would not have happened without the citizen scientists. 40 people came forward to give up their time to come to training on Zoom sessions, very intensive training, riverbank training sessions, and then finally heading up in teams to 120 different sampling sites, where they got involved in a really complex project with sterile technique, labeling, logging, very, very precise work, which all led to a very important piece of research, and the results are very anxiously anticipated. But the second reason that citizen scientists are so important here is that the fact that so many people were prepared to turn out to look at the health of the River Shore shows the general awareness and worry about the environment in general and the River Shore in particular. And we intend to use the results of this project to drive urgent change in the way that we live in general, and of course the way that we farm. So we are so grateful for this award, and on behalf of everybody involved, thank you.
Well, congratulations to you, Alan Moore, and thanks to you, Alan Walsh, for sponsoring and for your words and information about where we are with water in this country. And just to use the opportunity, this little story here reminds me of a story that I have coming up on Nationwide, just a little plug for the programme here. It concerns last year's winner of the Heritage Award for the water category, and that was the Ellen Hutchins Festival in Bantry in County Cork. And during the summer, on, as it happens, the wettest day in the year, we went down and we filmed with the members of that festival down in Ballylickey, and we followed in the footsteps of Ellen Hutchins. So once I get that story stitched and edited together, we'll be able to broadcast it to you on Nationwide, hopefully in the not too distant future. Now, I would like to invite Hazel O'Byrne from the Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth to present the award for Wild Child Day.
Thank you, Anne. The Wild Child Award is awarded to a project that successfully encouraged children and families to drop their devices, jump off the couch and get outdoors to explore the heritage in their locality during National Heritage Week. So here is a video of the shortlisted projects for the award. Unfortunately, Minister O'Gorman is unavailable to make it today, but I'm very pleased to introduce a short video of him announcing the winner of the Wild Child Award.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted that my department has had the opportunity to play a part in the National Heritage Week Awards by sponsoring the Wild Child Award. This is particularly because of the close alignment between the sentiment of the award and the vision of our First Five strategy. First Five is a whole of government strategy to improve the lives of babies, young children and their families. It's a 10-year plan to help make sure all children have positive early experiences and get a great start in life. The Wild Child Award, new for 2021, is awarded to a National Heritage Week project which successfully encourages kids and families to drop the devices, jump off the couch and get outdoors and explore the heritage in their locality. The spirit of the award dovetails with the goals of First Five in relation to strong and supported families and communities, optimum physical and mental health and positive play-based early learning. There is huge potential for children's early experiences to be enhanced through a supportive and engaged community, and connecting to the heritage of their area can be an important part of that. And that is what is recognised through the Wild Child Award. There were some extremely strong and varied entrants for this award category, from the natural heritage of our landscapes to the historical nature of our towns and villages. It is my pleasure to announce that the winner of the Wild Child Award for 2021 is the Explore Your Local Heritage, a joint entry from Kerry Archaeological History Society, Kerry County Museum and Kerry County Council. This was an innovative and wide-ranging project with teachers following the lead of the children and their interests. I was particularly impressed by the focus in the project on exploration and discovery by children. The explorations and the discoveries led by children as part of this project included Ogham, ring forts, windmills, railways and many other aspects of the children's local areas. I've no doubt that there was huge enjoyment and learning for all those who took part. I'm glad to hear that there are plans to hold this project annually, with more and more schools becoming involved each year. Congratulations to all involved in such a wonderful project.
And we add our voices to the congratulations to Kerry Archaeological and Historical Society, Kerry County Museum and Kerry County Council. Our thanks to the Minister for making the announcement and to Hazel for joining us here live in studio. But I want to talk to you, Claudia Kohler. How did this whole project, how did you engage the young people and let it become student-led?
Okay, so the project was really a collaboration between many different partners, and then there's many different opinions. But one thing we knew for sure from the start is that the pupils need to be part of the decision-making process so that they can own it and take pride in it. So we then, in return, encourage teachers to kick off the project with a brainstorming session. And the children discussed what heritage is, why it is important to them, and also which aspect of their local heritage they would like to explore. And after much discussion, they took a vote, and then they just took off. And as the Minister said, from fairy forts to Ogham stones to haunted castles, pirates, mermaids, to the ghost train, to Croke Park, and even an ancient Egyptian princess. They covered everything, and they went out and they explored, and the teachers were amazed. It was really, really brilliant. And I think why it was so strong is that the children were given the freedom to engage with their local heritage on their own terms. And that's the reason why each project became a very unique and very personal journey of exploration, and they own it. And so we hope to continue.
Well done, and maybe inspire other children to follow suit.
Yes.
Now, one of the biggest changes to the National Heritage Week Awards in recent years has been in the introduction of the County Award. And I know this is of interest to lots of you who are viewing this online. This award category recognises the exceptional initiatives in every county that took place as part of National Heritage Week. There are 35 winners in this category, so to recognise all of the many great projects, we have compiled this short video with all of the projects awarded by the judges. I hope you enjoy it, and congratulations to all of the county winners. Wow, that really was a tour de force. And again, congratulations to all of you winners and runners-up for the work you did for National Heritage Week. I'm imagining the cheers going up in counties all around the country right now as you watch the results. Your county indeed should be and is very proud of you. Now, one of my favourite categories in the National Heritage Awards is the Heritage Hero Award. Through it, I've come to know so many people who've helped to bring heritage alive, to make it relevant and to help connect communities through their mostly voluntary work. And so it's my great pleasure to announce Patrick Bonner in Donegal as our 2021 Heritage Hero.
The Heritage Council has a Heritage Hero Award because we've seen over the years just how much effort people have put into celebrating and raising awareness of their heritage in communities across Ireland. We see an amazing amount of networking and even intergenerational bonding over heritage.
Well, Patrick has written extensively on the history and heritage of the Rosses and West Donegal, but more so he's also encouraged others and facilitated others to research the natural, built and cultural heritage of the area. But he shares his knowledge as well with others. He's given public presentations, he's worked with school groups as well and getting them enthused about heritage. He works as well with local historical societies, with local community groups, and even with national cultural institutions to bring the story of West Donegal to life. And he's organised many Heritage Week events over many years, and that includes field trips, boat trips, exhibitions, and so on. And he promotes heritage as well on social media, which again is very important in terms of getting the word out there and bringing sort of heritage to life and getting people engaged in heritage. But it's his enthusiasm and passion for heritage that really epitomises the spirit of the Heritage Hero Award.
Patrick this year is our Donegal Heritage Hero, who's been working this landscape, bringing its heritage and history to the fore and pointing it out to his friends and neighbours from far and wide, why this is a wonderful place, what there is to be seen and understood in the time depth of this place and in the geography of this place.
Hello, Patrick.
And greetings from Burton Port. Thank you very, very much for the award. Wonderful.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted to talk to you, Patrick, and just listening to what the other speakers before me, clear that your passion for history is evident. And I know you work with many groups, but you have a particular association with the Burton Port Heritage Group. Can you tell me a little bit about the kind of projects that have stood out over the years?
Well, we set up the Burton Port Heritage Group about 10, 11 years ago now. There's a huge interest in Burton Port and in West Donegal generally in terms of heritage, and we've done lots of things. We've put exhibitions on, we produced our own set of postcards based on the Lawrence postcards from 1908. We do lots and lots of heritage trails. We're one end of the Londonderry and Loch Swilly Railway here in Burton Port, and that railway walk, which was brought into being in the last 10 years, is very successful, very popular. One of the things I most enjoyed doing was with a local boatman who does marine tours, a guy called Jim Muldowney. We gave probably 40 or 50 heritage tours. And the great thing about a heritage tour on a boat is that whereas with a heritage walk through a village or on a railway walk, you do the walking, the boat does all the work, and you just wait there until the next piece of heritage comes along.
And you alluded to the collaborations that you have undertaken with the National Library of Ireland and other archival resources. And I know you drew on the Lawrence collection. I'd be kind of aware of it myself, and producing postcards. Maybe you could tell us more about that and how you went about it and how it was received by people.
Well, the first thing I would say is I think people are intimidated when they start thinking about dealing with a national institution like the National Library or the National Archives, or even the county archives. And the reality is that they're the most easy people to deal with. They want to be engaged. Our county heritage officer and our county archives officer are the most, Joe Gallagher and Niamh Brennan, are the very easy people to deal with. With the National Library, the National Photographic Archive, Elizabeth Kerwin is the head of that. And it was really easy, really smooth process working with them. And they're all very helpful. And it's people think there's a huge cost associated with it as well, and there isn't. It's very reasonable to do it. Now, with the local group here, people like Breda Langan and Peter McGuinness and Sean Crean, Rosaline McShane, Paddy Boner, Trina Boner, we all work together. And I remember the time when all the postcards came back from Brown's printers. We all sat in a big long line and we were putting them all into stacks and putting them all into their envelopes. And they went down very well. We still have a few left in case anybody wants any, but they really were very much paid for themselves. And they're a very attractive thing. The Lawrence collection is a marvellous asset. I think there was something like 30 to 40,000 images for the whole country. So I would recommend that to anybody to follow up on.
They're such a precious resource for us of Ireland at a certain time. And I know that sort of pictorial element was also part of the work you did in terms of Glenties and the Tynan photographic collection there. What kind of imagery brings heritage and history alive and that communicates to us across time?
I think, well, the collection you mentioned there, Dennis Tynan, who was actually from Abbeyleix, which I think is that Offaly? Somewhere down the country anyway, a very inland place. He did photographs here from the late 40s to the 80s, and his photographs of Glenties, of Dunlow, of Burton Port are magnificent. What he captured was the way of life. He captured marching bands, he captured the Corpus Christi processions, he captured weddings, funerals, fishing. He was very big on fishing. And the thing about these photographs is these are probably the best photographs you will ever see of your ancestors, and your ancestors in the 40s and 50s. I mean, many of our own photographs were taken with box brownies, and if you had a steady hand, that's fine. But Dennis Tynan's cameras and his photography is pin sharp. So in this part of Donegal, one of the great traditions is marching bands. And the finest photographs of the marching bands, whether they be from Mulladuff or Mahery or Dunlow or Burton Port, Crickamore, the best photographs are by Dennis Tynan. And they're really social history documents. And I think that's one of the main things about Dennis Tynan's photographs, the quality and the range of subject matter. He's a very fine photographer.
And if I could sort of wind up our chat now by asking you maybe to reflect a little bit on your own passion for heritage and the joy that it brings to you. What do you get from it?
Well, actually, I did do some thinking about this, Anne, because I thought you might ask me a question like that. And I think my personal interest in it is I find the understanding of the present much easier once I've understood where we've come from. And I think that there's an engagement you can get with individuals, with people. For example, when I was researching a book on the cooperative movement here, I got to meet so many people. And that, for somebody who's not from here, I mean, obviously you can hear from my accent, I'm from London. It was a great thing to meet so many people and to understand how they felt about the place. My original inspiration was through my uncle Packy, who was the local historian here for decades. And he inspired us all with his thirst for research and for understanding the songs of the islands. We're blessed with, well, one island fully inhabited now, but there used to be something like 8 islands fully inhabited at one stage. And I think there's an interest in it, there's an engagement in it, and working with other people to understand the past, working with other people to understand, why is that building where it is? Why did people do that then? What happened here during the famine, for example? It's a fascinating thing. I personally find it intellectually interesting, but I think the bit I enjoy most is working with other people and in projects and to understand how things used to be. So, and it's one of those things that it's lovely to receive an award, and thank you very much again. But its reward is itself. There's such a pleasure in actually engaging with other people, understanding the past, which helps us understand the present. So that's why I do it. And we don't do it for awards. We do it because we enjoy it and we love it.
Absolutely. And continued years into the future, researching and archiving and bringing heritage alive in County Donegal. Ladies and gentlemen, our heritage hero of 2021, Patrick Bonner. Now, to close out our proceedings, I'd like to welcome Martina Maloney, the chairperson designate of the Heritage Council, who's going to say a few words. And I believe this is Martina's first major public engagement with the Heritage Council, so she is especially welcome.
Thank you, Anne. Ara agus cardja ta anno hosorum of an shonov aeronocod specialty show. On behalf of the Heritage Council, I'm delighted to be here today to participate in this very important event, the National Heritage Week Award ceremony, where we acknowledge and honour the wonderful work carried out across the country by volunteers and communities and organisations, so that we can all appreciate the wonderful heritage that we have on our doorsteps. And I think we've been treated today to a wonderful array of projects and met some of the real enthusiastic people we have in our country that we're very fortunate to have, protecting and educating us on our heritage. Due to the commitment of the many individuals and community groups, it's they that drive Heritage Week. The Heritage Council is simply a facilitator. And as has been said, we've more than 1,500 events, many of which were online, having adapted appropriately to the challenges associated with COVID. And I think that has also given a reach to the National Heritage Week, both nationally and internationally. The hardest thing for me around the National Heritage Week was deciding which of the projects to participate in or to view. 1,555 projects organised by 863 event organisers. 3,600 pieces of coverage, including online, print and broadcast, with an estimated reach of 516 million views or reads. Online engagement has never been stronger, with an increase over the last 3 years of 66%. And this provides a wonderful opportunity for us to engage also with our diaspora. We know and we're confident that heritage is at the heart of our lives and our communities. It has been passed on to us in so many forms from previous generations in our buildings, our towns, our cities, and indeed our natural landscapes and archaeological heritage. The theme for 2021, as you know, was to open the door to heritage. And I think from the project we've seen today and the very, very many other projects around the city, we can see that people have opened their doors to heritage. Some particular individual cases that impressed me were the heritage of the traveller community. A trail charting the history of the Jewish community in Cork. A disability-friendly access to Tintern Abbey in Wexford, and the exploration of dark skies. They're only a very small sample of some of the fantastic projects which took place during National Heritage Week. Today is the day to celebrate the groups which have brought communities together in order to share what they have in common, a love of built, natural and cultural heritage. They are now using digital tools as well as the good old-fashioned tea and biscuits to organise events, to get people involved and to share their local heritage. At the Heritage Council for 2021, we're particularly encouraged by the heritage newcomers, and it was great to see that rewarded here today. Sometimes people feel excluded perhaps from their heritage, but that is not what heritage is about. It's about exploration of who you are, your place and your people. On behalf of the Heritage Council, I am very pleased to be in a position to acknowledge the hard work, the passion that we've seen evident here today, and the dedication of these heritage champions that are all around our country and have made National Heritage Week 2021 such a success. You have inspired us, educated us, reminded us of who we are as a people, what we value in our communities, in our local place and in our country. You have lifted our spirits in difficult times and helped us appreciate what is outside our door. You are the ones that make National Heritage Week possible each August, and most importantly, the ones that will continue to champion heritage and inspire future generations. It just remains for me to thank and acknowledge the work of the Heritage Council before I joined them, the former chair and the members of the Heritage Council who facilitate the development of Heritage Week, the Minister for the funding that he gives us to support our work and allow us to facilitate this fantastic event, and our partners across government, state agencies and local government, without whom we could not effectively deliver National Heritage Week. Your support is much appreciated. Finally, it's important for us to look forward on a day like today, and I think we can look forward with confidence that the 2022 National Heritage Week, themed around sustainable heritage, which will run in August 2022, is something that will inspire us going forward. So thank you very much and continue the good work.
Thank you, Martina. Time now for me to formally end the awards ceremony and to say goodbye. Congratulations to all the winners and runners-up. As you know, I am truly in awe of you all, and to everybody who makes Heritage such an inclusive celebration. Thanks to everybody here in the studio, and of course to all of you who are watching online. From all of us here, good afternoon.